How often do you question your life choices? Do you hold yourself accountable for the decisions you make? Marcus Aurelius once said, "Dig within. There lies the wellspring of good. Ever dig, and it will ever flow." This quote reminds us that self-reflection is an ongoing journey, and by examining ourselves deeply, we can uncover a wellspring of goodness and virtue. The only way to get the answers to life's mysteries is to ask the right questions. While it is easy to question everyone and everything around us, the same cannot be said about questioning ourselves. What we fail to understand is that self-inquiry helps us understand ourselves better. It helps us to understand our journey by identifying where we are coming from, where we currently are in life, and our future plan. People who question themselves regularly tend to have a clear blueprint of their lives, are more grounded, and make rational decisions that set them on the right trajectory. However, people who avoid asking themselves tough questions don't have a slight clue of what they want in life and only react to things as they happen to them. This video examines the 12 Stoic questions you must ask yourself to start seeing positive changes in your life. But before we begin, kindly take a few seconds to subscribe to our channel. I know I sound like a broken record, but it really helps the channel. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell to be alerted every time we post a new video. We are on a journey of self-improvement, and we would love it if you came with us. We don't discriminate against anyone. We are a fast-growing community that opens its doors to everyone, regardless of their race, gender, belief, country, or sexual orientation. This is a safe space for everyone. We believe that knowledge and wisdom are universal, and everyone deserves a chance to change their lives to how they want them to be. We are a family. We are your family, and you are welcome. Let's get started. Here are the 12 Stoic questions you should start asking yourself today to see major changes in your life. The first question is, am I the hero or the villain in my life story? The question, am I the hero or the villain in my life story, is a powerful self-reflection prompt that challenges us to confront our choices and their consequences. It encourages us to look beyond the surface of our actions and delve into the motivations and intentions that drive them. By examining our role in our own narrative, we gain valuable insights into our character and the impact we have on the world around us. On one hand, embracing the role of the hero requires us to embody virtues such as courage, compassion, and integrity. It demands that we act with selflessness and a commitment to doing what is right, even when it is difficult or unpopular. A hero's actions are driven by a desire to make a positive impact, to help others, and to leave the world a better place than they found it. On the other hand, the villainous persona represents the darker aspects of our nature, the choices we make that stem from fear, self-interest, or a lack of empathy. A villain's actions often cause harm or suffering, motivated by a desire for power, control, or personal gain. The villainous path leads to isolation, resentment, and, ultimately, self-destruction. The second question is, what am I afraid to acknowledge about my mortality? The inevitability of death looms over us all, a universal truth that we tend to push to the back of our minds, preferring to focus on the immediate joys and challenges of life. However, acknowledging our mortality is not about dwelling on the inevitable. It's about embracing the finite nature of our existence and using that awareness to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. When we confront the idea of our own death, we often face a host of uncomfortable emotions, including fear, anxiety, and regret. These emotions stem from the realization that our time on Earth is limited, and the thought of leaving behind our loved ones, our dreams, and our unfinished business can be overwhelming. We often carry a subconscious belief that we are immortal, that we will somehow escape the natural cycle of life and death. This illusion allows us to postpone dealing with our mortality until a later date, but it also prevents us from fully appreciating the preciousness of life. The prospect of death can also bring about fear of pain and suffering, the physical and emotional agony that may accompany our final moments. This fear can be amplified by the media's portrayal of death as a violent and traumatic event. Confronting our mortality is not about succumbing to despair or fear. It's about embracing the preciousness of life and living with courage and purpose. By acknowledging our limitations, we can make the most of our time on earth, creating a life that is meaningful, fulfilling, and worth living. The third question is, what do I gain by holding on to grudges and resentment? In the depths of our hearts, we often harbor grudges and resentments, holding on to past hurts and injustices like tightly clenched fists. We may convince ourselves that these emotions are justified, that holding on to them is a way of seeking justice or protecting ourselves from future pain. However, Stoicism teaches us that clinging to these negative emotions is ultimately self-defeating, trapping us in a cycle of bitterness and preventing us from experiencing true peace and happiness. We often deceive ourselves into believing that holding on to grudges provides some sort of benefit. We may think that it demonstrates our strength, that it shows the world that we won't be taken advantage of. But in reality, grudges only harm us. They weigh heavily on our minds, consuming our thoughts and energy. They cloud our judgment, making it difficult to see the world clearly and make rational decisions. They poison our relationships, eroding trust and creating barriers to connection. By questioning the benefits of holding on to grudges and recognizing the harm they cause, we can take the first step towards liberation. We can choose to let go of the past and embrace the present, opening ourselves up to a life of peace, forgiveness, and compassion. The fourth question is, am I prepared to embrace failure and rejection as valuable experiences? The path to success is often paved with obstacles, and failure and rejection are inevitable parts of life's journey. While these experiences can be disheartening, they also present valuable opportunities for growth and learning. By embracing them as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks, we can transform setbacks into springboards for personal development. The fear of failure is a common human emotion that can hold us back from taking risks and pursuing our dreams. We may fear being judged, ridiculed, or perceived as incompetent. This fear can paralyze us, preventing us from stepping outside our comfort zones and striving for our full potential. By embracing failure and rejection as valuable experiences, we can cultivate the courage, perseverance, and resilience necessary to navigate the challenges of life with grace and determination. We can transform setbacks into stepping stones, paving the way for a life of fulfillment and success. The fifth question is, how do my privileges and advantages affect my character and perception of the world? Privilege, the state of being granted special advantages or immunities, plays a significant role in shaping our character and perception of the world. While privilege can provide access to opportunities and resources that others may not have, it can also lead to a distorted view of reality and hinder our ability to empathize with those who have less. Privilege can also affect our perception of the world. We may view the world as an equal playing field, where everyone has the same opportunities to succeed. This can lead to a lack of understanding or empathy for those who face systemic barriers and discrimination. Empathy for those who have less privilege is crucial to dismantling the systems of inequality that perpetuate disparities. By listening to the experiences of others and understanding their struggles, we can develop a deeper understanding of the world and our place in it. The sixth question is, what would my life look like if I stopped seeking external validation? The pursuit of external validation, the desire for approval and recognition from others, can be a powerful motivator in our lives. However, it's crucial to examine how much our lives are driven by this external validation and consider the impact of shifting our focus towards internal validation. External validation provides a sense of security, acceptance, and belonging. When others approve of our actions and opinions, we feel valued and respected. This external validation can boost our self-esteem and motivate us to pursue our goals. However, excessive reliance on external validation can have several drawbacks. If we constantly seek approval from others, we may become more concerned with their opinions than our own. This can lead to self-doubt, anxiety, and a loss of personal autonomy. The journey towards internal validation is a process of self-discovery and personal growth. As we cultivate self-worth from within, we can live a more authentic, fulfilling, and independent life. We become less dependent on the approval of others and more empowered to pursue our passions and make a positive impact on the world. The seventh question is, how do my beliefs and opinions limit my understanding of the world? Beliefs and opinions shape our perception of the world, influencing how we interpret events, make decisions, and interact with others. While beliefs can provide a framework for understanding and navigating life, they can also limit our understanding of the world's complexities and diversity. Our beliefs act as a filter, selectively processing information and experiences. We tend to favor information that aligns with our existing beliefs, while discounting or dismissing information that contradicts them. This confirmation bias can narrow our perspective and limit our ability to see the world in all its nuances. The willingness to question our assumptions is crucial for open-mindedness. We should challenge our beliefs and ask ourselves why we hold them. Are our beliefs based on evidence or personal biases? Are they open to revision in light of new information? The eighth question is, am I using my time and energy for meaningful pursuits or just distractions? In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to get caught up in a whirlwind of activities and distractions. We often fill our days with tasks, obligations, and entertainment, leaving little time for introspection and self-reflection. However, it's crucial to pause and examine how we allocate our time and energy, ensuring that we are pursuing meaningful pursuits that align with our values and aspirations. Distractions such as social media, mindless scrolling, and excessive television consumption can provide a temporary escape from the challenges and complexities of life. They offer a sense of gratification and immediate satisfaction, often at the expense of deeper engagement and meaningful pursuits. By examining our allocation of time and energy and consciously pursuing meaningful pursuits, we can transform our lives into a tapestry of experiences that nourish our souls, expand our horizons, and contribute to our personal growth and well-being. The ninth question is, what do I stand to gain by not seeking revenge or retribution? In the face of hurt, betrayal, or injustice, the desire for revenge or retribution can seem like a natural response. However, Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes virtue and resilience, teaches us the value of forgiveness and letting go of resentment. While the path of forgiveness may seem difficult, it ultimately leads to greater peace, happiness, and personal growth. Seeking revenge may seem like a way to settle the score and achieve justice. However, it often leads to a cycle of violence and conflict, causing further harm to both the perpetrator and the victim. Revenge can consume our thoughts and energies, trapping us in a state of anger and bitterness. The 10th question is, what would I do differently if no one would ever know or judge my actions? Imagining a life free from the constraints of external judgment can be a liberating exercise. It allows us to examine our actions and motivations without the fear of disapproval or the need for validation. By contemplating how we would behave without the watchful eyes of others, we can gain valuable insights into our true selves and the values that guide our choices. In our day-to-day lives, we are constantly aware of the potential for judgment from others. We make decisions based on how we think others will perceive us, often suppressing our true desires and conforming to societal expectations. This external scrutiny can stifle our authenticity and prevent us from expressing our unique selves. The journey towards authenticity and integrity requires courage and self-awareness. It involves challenging our assumptions, examining our motivations, and making conscious choices that align with our values. By embracing our true selves and living with integrity, we can create a life that is fulfilling, meaningful, and aligned with our deepest aspirations. The 11th question is, how is my obsession with control limiting my happiness? The desire to control our surroundings and outcomes is a natural human tendency. It stems from a fear of the unknown, a desire to avoid uncertainty, and a longing for predictability and stability. However, an excessive need for control can paradoxically limit our happiness and hinder our ability to live fulfilling lives. In reality, we have very little control over external events and circumstances. Life is inherently unpredictable, and we must embrace this reality to find peace and contentment. Trying to control everything around us is an exercise in futility, leading to stress, anxiety, and frustration. By understanding the limitations of control and cultivating acceptance, resilience, and self-compassion, we can move beyond the illusion of control and live more fulfilling and peaceful lives. We can embrace the uncertainties of life with open arms, knowing that we are capable of adapting and thriving, even amidst change and challenges. The 12th question is, can I embrace uncertainty and the unknown as a source of growth and wonder? Humans have a natural tendency to seek comfort and security in predictability. However, life is inherently unpredictable, and clinging to the illusion of certainty can hinder our personal growth and limit our experiences. To fully embrace the richness of life, we must open ourselves to uncertainty and the unknown. Uncertainty can be a source of growth and wonder, pushing us beyond our comfort zones and encouraging us to explore new possibilities. It allows us to challenge our perspectives, embrace creativity, and discover new interests. By embracing uncertainty and the unknown, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities, growth, and wonder. We become more adaptable, resilient, and open to new experiences, enriching our lives with unexpected joys and deeper connections with the world around us. Let's conclude the video. In the depths of human experience, we often harbor limiting beliefs, unconscious biases, and self-sabotaging patterns that hinder our growth and fulfillment. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on self-reflection, rational thinking, and emotional resilience, offers a powerful tool for personal transformation. By contemplating profound Stoic questions, individuals can embark on a journey of self-discovery, uncovering hidden strengths, challenging limiting beliefs, and ultimately cultivating a more authentic and fulfilling life. Stoic inquiry invites us to examine our motivations, values, and perceptions, exposing the underlying assumptions that shape our thoughts and actions. By questioning the validity of our beliefs, we can break free from rigid mindsets and embrace a more flexible and growth-oriented approach to life. As we delve deeper into our thoughts and behaviors, we begin to recognize patterns of self-doubt, fear of failure, or an excessive need for control, all of which can impede our progress and limit our potential.